So a couple of months back I made a video on the best laptops for graphic designing and I got quite some reaction from you guys. So I decided to update this video again as there have been more and more laptops which are better suited for graphic designers. So that's why I'm dropping this video today. In this video I will be first discussing every aspect of a graphic designing laptop and later I will provide some of my top picks. As I have some experience of graphic designing myself, I'm going to share some in-depth crucial points which people usually miss out while making a purchase decision. So a couple of disclaimers before getting more into this video. The general factors to buy a laptop might be the same, but the recommendations might change with time. So please check out the date of this video when this is getting released. I have picked some of the best laptops for graphic designing. So the main point in this video will be the value aspect of the laptop. And the next disclaimer would be the video might be long as I do very in-depth comparison and analysis, so the video might be a little long, so you might also watch it at 1.25x or you can skip to relevant sections. As you can see that this is not my usual studio setup as I'm back at my college and things are not really great because this is such a small room, but anyway we will go into the video right now. As for the very first basic requirement, I will say SSD. Yes, all laptops, let it be any price segment, now offer SSD variants also, but some companies try to cut production cost and give hard disk drives. I will clearly say SSD is a very must if you want a good user experience while using most of the graphic designing tools with a laptop. Most of the viewers might already know this, but it is a very essential point. Now we are going to talk about processors. This is quite a confusing topic. Most people think the graphics card is more important with graphic designing because it sounds like graphic designing you need graphic card, which is not really true and it's such complex. But in reality, graphic designing is a very processor centric task and doesn't really require a very powerful graphics card. For decent performance, I would say at least a quad core, that is 4 cores, and a 2.3 MHz processor is required to run programs like Illustrator and other graphic designing tools. Still, I would say 6 and 8 core processors will provide excellent performance. Say for example, Ryzen 5 5600H is a very sweet and a balanced configuration, or even the mighty 5800H is a very powerful solution. But these are the best of the best lineups. You might get a more balanced performance from U series processors like the Ryzen 5 4600U. As I previously said, GPU is not that important in graphic designing. So for low budget users, 2 GB of integrated graphics would work, and above that I would recommend getting a dedicated graphics card like 1650 Ti or even RTX 3050 to get smooth performance. There is not much DLSS or ray tracing, therefore I would say getting a 6 GB GTX card would be a better choice than a 4 GB RTX graphics card. Now coming to another important aspect with the display, and this is very crucial. Most of you might already know displays on laptops are rated on their color gamut, or we can say the color accuracy. As you can see, the widest range of colors is in NTSC and Adobe RGB. Usually laptops are rated in sRGB or NTSC color gamut. For graphic designing specifically, getting higher color accuracy increases the quality of your projects. And yes, color accuracy is very important for graphic designing projects because there have been times where I designed some different shades of blue and finally the t-shirt printout came on a different shade of blue and I to correct them for my clients, so that was a big problem. That's why I use external display which are decently color accurate and it's a better way to go. Even if users already have a laptop with low color accuracy, they generally buy a separate color accurate display because most laptops have LCD and most mobiles now have AMOLED display, so colors vary a lot when you're checking on mobile phones, as mobile phones usually use sRGB spectrum and not the NTSC spectrum that the laptop or the screen usually uses. Similarly, battery life is also a factor to be considered. Most gaming laptops drain their battery fast, so it would be better to prefer U series processors and premium built laptops with a good display and battery life. Next, talking about RAM. 8 GB of RAM is usually enough for graphic designing. You can also work on 4 GB RAM, but then you might face some really lag issues when the project gets really long and there are so many layers in Photoshop or even in Illustrator. And also, like, while purchasing the laptop, please check the RAM speeds and see how many channels of RAM is supported on your laptop. Is it a single stick or is it a dual stick? So that is also very important factor. And yes, if you just plan to even do some sort of multitasking while using Adobe Photoshop and other designing suite, then please try to get at least 16 GB of RAM. Now comes a question that was very confusing to me at least. Which is better, LCD or OLED? Well, this is a very difficult question to answer, especially for graphic design. Some people say that OLED show better colors, but it oversaturates the image and looks unnatural. And if you know that to get very accurate colors on OLED, it is a bit difficult because because the color accuracy really changes with brightness. So you need to find the correct set of brightness and stick to it for the best color accurate results. Meanwhile, the contrast ratio on LCD panels is not as good as OLED displays, and it has a backlit on all the time. Most of the creators have the same dilemma and try to decide for one. Now, some of the best expensive monitors have OLED displays, but industry standard laptops like MacBooks still have LCD panels that work perfectly, so it's hard to decide. And right now the MacBook Pro 16 and the 14 inch is having a mini XDR display, which we are not gonna get because that's very expensive laptop. But generally, I have concluded that at prices below or around 1 lakh, we don't get very high color accurate panels. So at that price segment, I would say OLED wins every time. This is still a very complex decision to choose one as a clear winner. Still, from a value for money perspective, OLED might win at lower price ranges. So that was all the prerequisite knowledge you must have before getting into buying a laptop for graphic designing. Now let's quickly start with the laptop recommendations. In this list, I have mostly concentrated on high quality laptops with good screens and portable and sturdy build, which are suitable for students and graphic designers alike. So the first laptop on our list is the HP Aero 13. This is an ultrabook form laptop. It is having some major pros like a powerful Ryzen 5 5600U processor, fast storage SSD, and very good RAM, full metallic design, and a premium screen that goes up to 500 nits, which is the same as M1 MacBook Air. So in the Windows segment, this becomes my first recommendation for graphic designers. I have recently made a detailed video on this laptop, so you can check that video out for more detailed review of this laptop. The second laptop on our list is the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 Pro. Yes, the Slim 5 Pro. This is again an ultrabook form laptop. It has a high quality metallic build and an excellent display. This laptop has a 2K display with a resolution of 2040 by 1440, which will give a very premium user experience while graphic designing. It has a base variant of 11th generation Core i5 processor, and it comes with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD, which will be able to run all the programs related to graphic design properly. It has Intel Xe graphics support, so you might also be able to do 1080p video content creation. So this makes Lenovo IdeaPad a really good choice for light and premium usage. Overall, this is a great choice similar to HP Aero, but the screen is a little bit better. The next laptop we have is Asus VivoBook K15 OLED. As I previously explained, for lower price segment laptops, OLED displays are going to be far more color accurate than LCD panels, and this is true for Asus VivoBook. It comes in two variants with Core i3 and Core i5 processors, and both have the same OLED display panel. It has a 1080p Full HD display with a peak brightness of 400 nits. The screen on this laptop covers 100% of sRGB spectrum, which makes this a very good contender for its price point. The i5 variant comes with 16GB of RAM, and the i3 variant comes with 8GB of RAM. I would say if I want to purchase a decent laptop for graphic designing at a low price point, the i3 variant of VivoBook would be one of my top picks. The next laptop on the list is the Lenovo ThinkBook 15. It comes with 1080p IPS LED panel, and it has a good build quality with a metallic finish. The display has 100% sRGB color accuracy and a peak brightness of 300 nits. It comes with 11th generation Core i5 processor, and the laptop has 8GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD, which is sufficient for tasks like graphic designing. This laptop has a perfect build quality for its price point, especially for graphic designers. Although I prefer the ones I talked about first and the second, but this is still in the list because this is also a very good contender. And I'm waiting for the price to drop a little bit, and I will let you know on my community tab when the price drops. So you might want to subscribe to my channel. Also, all the links for the laptops I've talked about in this video will be given in the description down below, so you can easily check those laptops using my link, and I will get a very small kickback when you purchase the laptop using my links without you having to pay any money, and that keeps the channel alive and helpful content coming away. Getting back into the video. Coming up next, we have Asus ZenBook 13. This is a compact 13-inch laptop which is very lightweighted. It comes with a OLED display with 100% of DCI-P3 and Pantone validation. This makes it one of the top choices for its price point for graphic designers. It is a complete aluminum alloy build. The display has a peak brightness of 400 nits, and as it has an OLED panel, you will also enjoy 1:1 million contrast ratio. So watching HDR content on this will be an amazing experience. It also has Intel Xe graphics, and I would recommend the model which has 11th generation Core i5 or the one with Ryzen 7 5800U. But there's no headphone jack on this laptop, so Bluetooth would be the only option left, which I don't know why they're doing right now. But the quality of numpad and keyboards on this is also better than most of the laptops. I would say specific for graphic designing, this is an excellent choice. The next laptop on our list is a laptop most of you might already be familiar with. Yes, I'm talking about the M1 MacBook Air. You all might know the details of this laptop, and I would like to add that this is currently the best laptop you can purchase under 1 lakh price point for graphic designing. And yes, for people who are looking for Windows laptop, this might not be a good pick, but for others people who are not really biased towards Windows or Mac, this is one of the very best options, given that we frequently have a lot of discounts on this laptop right now. Some of you might be still thinking about the change in the environment operating system issue. But for graphic designing, all the industry leading applications are easily compatible with macOS and they run smoothly. Just the catch here is that if you are a student and require Windows to run specific programs, just go for Windows. But that doesn't change the fact that for graphic designers, MacBook is currently one of the very best pick. It has very long battery life and it is one of the most portable laptop on this list and has a significantly brighter and color accurate screen, which will not disappoint you at all. So stating that, next on our list we have ASUS ZenBook Duo. This is, I guess, exactly a laptop a professional graphic designer would purchase. Although it's fragile and has 2 displays, there is a separate color panel on this laptop which you will never mess up the colors. Do not get confused with 2020 model. The 2021 model comes with 11th generation Core i5 and Core i7. The good aspects of this laptop are its features like touchscreen, 100% RGB display, support of stylus and a stylus included with the laptop, and a good build quality. I would say this was really made for using Adobe Creative Cloud apps. It has an ergonomic design, so the keyboard and secondary display lifts when you open the lid. Even with these 2 powerful screens, the laptop manages to run for 10 to 12 hours on normal usage. It has a dedicated graphics card, so you can enjoy 1080p video editing on it. In terms of gaming, it is not made for gaming, so don't do it on this laptop. This is specifically target laptop to fully utilize Adobe software suite like Illustrator, Photoshop, etc. In comparison with the laptop, we have ASUS ZenBook 13. I've already made a video on this laptop, but in short, ZenBook 13 has one of the best screens you can get currently at this price range. It has an OLED panel and is similar to ZenBook Duo in the specs. Next on our list we have Mi Notebook Pro. The laptop comes with QHD display with 100% color accuracy. This makes it a good choice for graphic designers. It comes with an 11th generation Core i5 processor and an Iris Xe Intel graphics. And yes, this is not a U series chip, this is a proper H series chip, so it's very powerful. There's 16GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD, which are the best for this price point. Overall, Mi Notebook Pro is a great choice for graphic designers, and I've made quite videos on this which model of Mi Notebook you should go for, and please check those videos out before making a purchase decision. And there have been some quality control issues as it's from MI, and as MI is very new to this laptop industry. Now some very honorable mentions. Now above this price point, if you want to buy ultra premium laptops specific to graphic designing, you can go for the MacBook Pro M1 or even the 14-inch MacBook Pro that comes with M1 Pro. So much of Pro, man. Again, I would say that's very overkill, but it is having one of the best displays on a laptop, period. So these were all the laptop recommendations specifically for graphic designing that I can suggest one could buy. Also feel free to DM me on Instagram for more specific laptop reviews and suggestions. Thanks for watching till the end. Somrat Dutta signing off.